Afzal Khan Vadh Part 2. As soon as Shivaji Raje reached the safety of Pratapgarh, a cannon was fired, a signal to the Maratha army hiding in the dense Dawi forest to start the ambush. The small army that Afzal Khan had brought at Vai, which was now leaderless, was attacked from all sides. They started to flee for life. Musa Khan, Hasan Khan, Yaqut Khan, and Afzal Khan's elder son, Fazil Khan, escaped to Vai along with Pratapram More. Shahaji Raje's cousin, Bambaji Bhosle, was killed. Raje had already ordered Netaji Palkar to attack Vai on the same day. However, Netaji was late and reached Vai next day. Musa Khan and the rest of the army escaped. Netaji went in pursuit but failed to capture them. At least 3,000 enemies were killed in the skirmish. 65 elephants, 4,000 horses, and 1,200 camels were captured from the losing forces. Raje had lured Afzal Khan with the talks of buying costly gifts from his merchants as a tribute. The merchants were looted. 2,000 bundles of clothing and 10 lakhs worth of cash and jewellery was collected. Raje knew that the Adil Shah forces were awestruck, and before they could recover, 18 days after killing the Khan, Raje took the strong Pannala fort from the Adil Shah after a small skirmish. Shivaji Raje visited and inspected the fort on December 2, 1659. A few days later, before 1660, Khena Fort, now known as Vishalgarh, was captured as well. In a desperate move to save face, Rustam-e-Zaman attacked with an army of 10,000 to stop the carnage, and war ensued in Kolhapur. But he was routed. 12 elephants and 2,000 horses were captured by the Marathas. Shivaji Raje went back to the Pannala fort after the attack of Rustam-e-Zaman, and Netaji was sent to strike deep inside the Adil Shahi territory. He went as far as Dharwad, Gadag, and Tikota, 20 kilometers west of Vijapur. A troop of 500 Maratha Mawle reached Rajapur and captured Kharepatan on 15 January. Kudar was captured on 15 February 1660. The Sword of Honour was presented to Kanoji Jede for his invaluable and outstanding performance. Sambhaji Kauji Kondalkar and Vagoji Tupe were rewarded for their services during the same war and were appointed as Ek Hazari, commanders of 1,000 foot soldiers. Shivaji Raje conferred the title of Panch Hazari on two military officers, one Makaji Anand Rao and Vyankoji Datto. The relatives of the killed soldiers were offered services in the Maratha army. In case of families without any male left alive to support, the family were awarded pensions. Heroes of the war were rewarded with medals, kada, and horses. The killing of the cruel Afzal Khan in the one-to-one meeting caught hold of the public imagination as the most glorious event in the history of Maharashtra. A Povada was composed by Agnidas, or also known as Ajnandas. It is believed Agnidas was a soldier in the Maratha army and he wrote the Povada on request by Jijamata. A Povada narrates historical events in exciting and inspiring poetic manner. Afzal Khan's Vadh is the oldest known Povada. Povada on Tanaji Malusare written by Tulsidas, Povada on Baji Palaskar by Yamaji Bhaskar, Povada on Baji Prabhu Deshpande by Veer Savarkar, and the Povada on Shivaji Maharaj by Jyotiba Phule are quite well known. The Povada of Afzal Khan states that he was not from a noble family and belonged to a family or class called the Bhattari, people who cook and sell food. His name was Abdullah Bhattari. The Adil Shah liked him as his son and he rose to a very senior rank. As per some stone inscriptions, Khan was known as one who slaughters the rebels and infidels and the one who smashes idols. As per historians, approximate age of Afzal Khan in 1659 could be minimum 40 years. Details of his birth are difficult to trace. A legend states that Afzal Khan had premonitions of his coming end, and before the start of his expedition, he killed all his 63 wives by drowning them in a pond, better than someone else laying claim on them. All of them are now buried in tombs of same shape and size, standing close together in regular rows at Afzalpura near Bijapur. Krishnaji Bhaskar, the messenger of Afzal Khan, has many stories to his end. Some sources believe He attacked Raje after Afzal Khan was killed, but was spared as Raje would never kill a Brahmin. It was considered a sin in those days. Another story states he was killed after 3 warnings, and many historians believe he was never killed in this battle. Now, a few legends of the Marathas. Kanoji Jidi came to meet Shivaji Raje with the Farman of the Adil Shah for consultation. Raje warned him that if he sided with Swarajya, he will openly rebel against the Adil Shah and he will have to forget the perks of being a Deshmukh. Kanoji Jedi took water in his hand and gestured to have poured it over his Deshmukhi. Such was the faith of people had in Shivaji Raje and Swarajya. Tulsa Bhavani is the guardian goddess of the Bhosle family. A legend states that Tulsa Bhavani herself foretold Raje that the Khan is done with his sins and Shiva is destined to kill him. Povadas also state that Tulsa Bhavani empowered his Bhavani sword for this deed. Afzal Khan was responsible for the death of Shivaji Raje's elder brother. Also, Afzal Khan was the one who brought Shahaji Bhosle from Bangalore to Bijapur after he was arrested. Shivaji Raje avenged the death and the insult all at once. A story also states that Khan was beheaded by Sambhaji Kauji and his head was presented in front of Jizamata at Rajgarh. Afzal Khan was buried as per Islamic customs and his tomb is present at the foot of Pratapgarh. The Sabhasad Bakar compares the killing of Afzal Khan by Shivaji Raje to the killing of Duryodhan by Bhima, and Adnyandas in his Povada expresses that Shivaji Raje, the incarnation of Lord Ram, killed the Ravan. The Adil Shah had lost a major chunk of his army and the territory to Shivaji Raje, and in desperation, Siddhi Johar of Kurnool was called upon. He started his campaign against Swarajya. Jai Bhavani, Jai Shivaji.